Hey guys, what's going on? This is Cheney 180 and
The Fallen Fed. Hey guys, what's up?
Whoa.
whoa,
Oh, now you don't want it.
you're too close. Back up a little bit.
First, you want it. Now you don't want it. What's up, guys? It's the Fallen Fed. Welcome to Monday's show. This is how it's going to be. Who do we have joining us today?
It's 80s, baby. What's going on?
And your friendly neighborhood prospect playing with myself.
And you're listening to another episode of They're Not Dolls.
Quickie Mini 87.
Whoa, get a little bit closer. You're too far away now.
It's the Quickie Mini 87.
There you go.
On that toy tune dial. You know what it is. You've tuned in. It's Monday. We're all here, the four of us, ready to.
Odd it up.
Just kidding. Go ahead.
Baby. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, it's Monday. Yeah, we've all got some stories, yeah?
Yeah, I think everybody does.
Yeah. So, you have a good weekend, Dario?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Cool. Adam, yourself?
Can't complain.
All right. Ernie, before I ask you about your weekend, how are our chat amigos doing?
What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. It looks like we're already getting a full house here on this great Monday evening. Remember how to check in, guys. You hit that thumbs up. If you're new to the show, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications, and hit all. Then give us a hello so that we can say hello to you for the first time and welcome you to the show for you becoming a chat migo. If there's something that you got to say, see that $ underneath where you would say something right there? That's a super chat. You hit that, we will stop the show, state your comment, answer your question, whatever it may be. So let's get right into it. We got 80s Baby, Boomstick 98, Dark Bulb, J. Rue, Plastic Predicaments, B. Rivera, Adam, Disavowed Action Figures, Plastic Predicaments, Yat 6417, Mike Tyson, Laser Pants, Captain McKay, Winger Lose, Jake Peterson, Mervine's in the house, Thunder Crow, The Wrestling Hound, Marvel Kicks, C. Jesse M. How's it going? You're here at the start of the show. That's awesome.
Yeah.
David Bond, Thunder Crow, Troy Flores, Thunder Punch 83, Ronald Ramos, Jay Rue's in the house. And before he jumps in and says something, what's up, Smash Labs? So there we go.
All right.
I have a request.
See? What?
I have a request. Can we start the show? Because I really after our Thursday night show that went up today, so everyone should go listen to it.
Ooh, there you go.
We ended the Thursday night show just kind of talking about what might happen on Friday morning with the Hasbro Star Wars live stream. I'm hoping to hear some Ernie rant because oh boy.
You know what? I can't even remember it on Friday. That's how.
It's because it was all 3 3/4 inch stuff.
That's basically what happened. Like you're gonna put out a whole bunch of 5 points of articulation sets, and then you're gonna entice everybody by saying before they go to the vault. Like,
What?
Really?
They're going to a vault?
Yeah. Before they get they did. They said the vault, a Disney thing.
Oh my gosh.
So this is your last chance to get these figures. They're 5 points of articulation. You had people signing papers trying to get the vintage collection fully articulated back on track. And then this is what you bring to your ding dong session. Okay. And then so look at, they're all packs and everything, which is cool. It's called Celebrate the Saga. But again, all 5 points of articulation. And then we'll even give you a new one with the Emperor's Droid right there and other ones to the list. But still, man, that's such a cash grab right there. That was pretty. Everybody was upset, man.
In chat, Nathaniel Meza goes, "Let them go in the vault."
Yeah. Dude, I didn't see one person say yes. I know we get comments of, okay, need these and everything. And I get that for new collectors. But what sucks is the new collectors don't even understand what they're getting. You know what I mean? okay, 5 points of articulation. What is that? 2 arm swivels, the leg swivels, the head, and
That's it.
Yeah.
You got 2 shoulders, 2 hips, and neck swivel. That's 5.
That's pretty messed up, man. Like, look at bounty hunters, and you're gonna throw the Mandalorian symbol on there. You're gonna give us so you have to buy that, and then you can get Hondo's droid. That's Hondo's droid in Galaxy's Edge right there next to Boba. And then we're gonna throw him on a card, which is cool. That's awesome. And this is articulated and everything. Oh, here's the you know what we're gonna do? Like, they see everybody making these and they're trying to jump in on it too. So we're gonna make a blockade playset. And then they tried to dress it up of, like, I think they had actually 3 showing in order to make it look cool.
Right.
So, like, this is the one that you get. So just one side. The one that they showed at the end with, like, Vader coming through and all of them, like, that was like 3 different sets. So you're going to have to get 3 sets to get this. Okay, we'll give you a Rebel Trooper. That's cool. Here's your Darth Vader to finish it off. These were mentioned before in the week, which they didn't even say. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We already had the reveal of the Gaming Trooper. We talked about that night. And then the only other Black Series all of a sudden is, here's a Clone Trooper. But you know what? We're going to give you the old crappy Clone Trooper, and let's make it a Walgreens exclusive. Because we know you love to army build. So, just keep hitting those Walgreens. This way you can get all your old Clone Troopers and put them up.
So what does this playset, what's it retail at to get one side of it?
Dude, honestly, I don't even know.
Dario, do you happen to know?
I couldn't find one.
No, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't care about this, and I completely forgot about this. So I didn't even. I know nothing about it. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's okay, man.
I'm really proud that none of us actually even bothered to watch it, because it was on early for West Coast.
It was
also
like 7:30 for us, right?
It was way early.
I was awake. I just didn't think that they were going to do it that early. So I probably would have watched it, but I'm so glad that none of us did, because I feel like everyone who watched it was literally like a meme of, like, staring into the mirror and putting on clown makeup, because, like,
yeah, I hyped up the show that night. Like, oh, let's see Cad Bane and let's see all of those figures from the Mandalorian. And, like, you know what? They'll have a good show. And
nope.
And who was right on that one?
Yeah, you were.
That's what I thought. It was like me and Cheney. I felt bad because I was clowning on it pretty hard on Thursday night's show. And it's like, now I don't feel bad anymore.
The set on Dorkside is going for $50.
Okay, so it's just like the Carbonite one then? It's like 50. Yeah. So if you want to actually do anything with this, you're gonna have to spend $100.
Yeah, well, and for the scene that they made up is actually then 150, because that was 3 sets.
Yeah, Scruffy Nerd said it, 150 for 3 sets.
Oh, okay. Scruffy Nerd, yeah.
I don't feel like that's that bad, in all honesty. Like, it's like, I don't collect 3 3/4 inch anymore. At least I don't collect 3 3/4 inch Star Wars anymore. But I don't think that that's that bad for a playset. And I do actually think that the playsets, the modular playsets that they're showing off, are cool. It's just that, like, you can't, like, how do you expect people to be excited for 3 3/4 inch playsets when you're shafting the 3 3/4 inch figures?
Yes,
like,
correct.
It makes no sense.
And so with that, Adam, a good move would have been, then you offer for both. At this point, if we're divided down the middle with vintage collectors and Black Series collectors, then you could have had this come out for Black Series as well too. And
you could have scaled it up. And the same thing with the Carbonite freezing chamber.
Yes.
And
you have
that
both.
Like rickety thing, you could have scaled it up, and that should have been a $50 price point. The smaller one should have been $20-$30. There's no way that thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? This should be $20-$30, and then
because I don't think that's painted. That's stickers.
Yeah, and then a scaled up version could be $50-$60 in the 6-inch scale.
And you would have made people happy.
Yeah, that would have been, like, honestly, like, I might have picked that up for that much in 6-inch scale. Like, correct. I don't, like, this is cool, but it's like, there's a lot of people that would buy this for 6-inch scale.
Yeah, yes, a lot. And that's what I'm saying. It's divided down the middle. I can't speak for vintage collectors anymore. I don't do them. I stopped that a long time ago. So I know somebody is looking at this as cool, but at the same time, not $150 cool. Like you're right. It should have been at 30. The $50 should have been for a 6-inch scale. And that would have been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So nope, no Cad Bane, no Mandalorian stuff. This was it. Probably the coolest was that lightsaber that you get of Emperor Palpatine with all the different effects. But yo, I heard that was $325.
Wow.
Right. And it does have a lot of effects, but still to me is
That's more than the one at Disneyland, right?
Yep, that's what I'm saying. We love the ones at Disneyland. And I would rather go get those for the $199, $150. That's wow, that's really up there for $325.
Yeah.
I get it. It's a hilt. You know, the saber comes out. You're getting like all these different effects that it does and everything. But, you know, from having the original Black Series ones too, from the EFX ones to that, it took some times where you'd have to clash it against your hand to get those effects.
Mm-hmm.
So you get what I'm saying? Like, that's really pretty high.
So overall, you know, it wasn't what you were expecting again.
No. And in the comments when I saw the rewatch too, lots of people, where's the Mando stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, Yak Face gives us a better show than that did, unfortunately.
Yep.
And listen, guys, you know, this is my own opinion. I'm sorry if you guys are hardcore Star Wars and don't agree with me, but that's long time. That's just how I feel was a gaming trooper. Okay, cool. GameStop exclusive. You know, you can get that. But then you throw a clone trooper and everybody immediately sees it's the old Buck and it's a Walgreens exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
That's not cool.
So, moving on, we have what we've got a little story to tell. Would you say that, or is there anything more pressing that we should talk about before we get into our little story?
No, I say story time because the Todd Father is just crazy.
We might.
That's what I'm saying. That's just
might even get to that tomorrow. I don't know. It depends on where we're going to be with all this. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So how many of you guys in the chat had to fight to get a Baroness, and how many of you guys were able to get one? And you know, like, how many of you guys know what the struggle is to get this Baroness on a bike? Because me and Ernie lived it this weekend, didn't we, Ernie?
Oh yeah, hardcore.
Yeah.
We're saying literally almost got in a fight.
Yeah.
That's not using the term loosely. That's that almost happened.
Yep. I'll tell you this: I've never seen Ernie move so fast in my life.
Okay.
Like Dario, you know those videos where they like add like the Super Saiyan effect to people?
Yeah.
I saw that happen. Like the lightning was all around him and everything, and like the flames were flying off of him.
Oh man.
This
Dude,
man,
I'm picturing Ernie in bullet time, like Matrix bullet time.
Yes. Oh my gosh! Like, holy moly! So, Ernie, why don't you walk him through how we, you know, when we got there up until the doors open, and then I'll take it from there because I have to explain what I witnessed.
So, 5:45, wake up out of nowhere. I see that the wife was awake too, and I'm like, "What's wrong?" She just said, "Just not feeling well a little bit." And I grab my phone, and it hits me like literally out of nowhere, like the toy gods woke me up. I swear to Buddha, I promise on everything what I'm saying. 5:45, woke up. I grab my phone. There goes the text message, and I'm like, "There it is." And there's Cheney. They're up here. And I look, and I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "Let's go." I said, "Let's go." I looked at her and she's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Baroness is here. We got to go." She said, "Okay." So roll out. I am now at Target by 6:25, I believe.
Yeah.
And you were there like 6:35, 6:40, just minutes behind me.
Yeah.
2 guys in line already. And I show up, and of course, I start shooting it with them. You got one dude already in a Cobra jersey.
Full like massive Cobra logo on his chest.
Right. full. And I'm like, okay, no need to ask that. I'm walking up. So he immediately asked me and he says, what are you here for? And I said, yes, Baroness. He goes, okay, cool. He goes, well, it's just me and him, man. And we're just going for one. And he goes, and he came from down the hill. Well, if you guys don't know what that means where we live, that means you're coming like a 45-minute to an hour drive from another town to come up here because you just can't get them. So that's who that dude was in front of me. And I'm like, okay, well, my other partner's showing up too. And the guy says, cool. I heard from my source that there was supposed to be 5 here. And I didn't want to say that. When we woke up and looked, it only said 2.
Right.
So we didn't know what was going on.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, all right, well, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and be cool with these guys and nice. Well, then Cheney rolls up and we're there. Now it's about, I'd say 6:50. Another 3 guys roll up. We try and ask. They don't say nothing. Okay, fine. I recognize one from the old Toys R Us days who already almost got laid out back in the day with his greasy hair because he tried to take Cheney's Phoenix and Cyclops.
2-pack, yeah.
When we were at Toys R Us and we're waiting and Marco was bringing them out. And then all of a sudden, he's like, yeah, man, they're on the way out. It's cool. And I'm standing there and I hear a box rip open. And I'm like, yo, what? And I go around the corner and that dude's trying to snake him. Oh, no. What do you want to do? You want to drop him or you want to go through me? It don't matter because you know we were here. So that's that dude. And I'm like, all right, this guy's trouble. So be it. He's like 3 behind us. That's fine. The girl comes out. Okay, what are you guys here for exactly? Why do I have a line? Because you guys have an exclusive G.I. Joe. She goes, oh, the G.I. Joes? I didn't think we got any. No, you guys have some, and that's what we're here for. These 4 are first, and they kind of are just waiting behind the back. She goes, okay, cool. And now the doors open.
So immediately the power walking starts, right? And we're walking as the doors are opening, this guy comes up and he's walking up like he just pulled up, got out of his car. He's walking up and he walks in like behind us all, right? And so we're all kind of like speed walking, keeping things pretty calm. And this dude is walking by me and he's all, F it, I'm running. And he just bolts. So then everybody else sees that he's running and everybody else starts running. And then I felt like a thunder, like kind of like a boom, like a storm almost. And the ground shook and the air kind of moved a little bit and like jostled me around. I look and I just see Ernie just fly by. Like I've never seen this man move with such speed and power and force before. Like, holy moly, this was a sight to see.
Because hell no, if you're going to knock me and try and run past me after we've been waiting in line and you just rolled up as the doors open, are you serious right now? You're a grown man right now, and that's going to happen. Nope, I don't think so. And we all go. The other dude looks at me, the one who was there like first and was like, no way. He takes off too. Now we're shooting through like freaking May style Indiana Jones. I'm sliding underneath racks. I'm going here and there. And this dude is already at the U-boat, man. And I'm like, yo, I can't believe you. I start yelling at him. And the other dude now, the big dude, gets him and gets in his face and says, what do you think you're doing? We were first. And then the shove comes. And when that little dude noticed that he couldn't shove the big dude, that's when I got behind the big dude. And I'm like, yeah, what do you think you're doing? And so this dude now is scared. And I'm like looking for Cheney. I don't even see Cheney.
Like when everybody started running, I'm like, yeah, no, there's like, I'll make it back there. And so everybody had run to the farthest point of the aisle. And this poor woman stalking, she's got her U-boat out. And in 1 minute, it goes from like, oh, I'm just doing my thing, stocking the toys, blah, blah, to there's like 15 or 16 guys standing there. Some of them are grabbing at the U-boat. Everybody's shouting and hollering. 2 guys are getting in each other's face. I walk down the alley or the aisle where I can see where the U-boat is because the U-boat's blocking off that end of the aisle. So I walk up, and as I'm walking up, there's already like pointing, no, it was me and him. And he points at Ernie and him and I like raise my hand. He's all, and him over there. We were first. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Then the manager comes up. What is going on? Break it up. Everybody back up. I'm still now fat ass me over there trying to breathe.
Yeah, you and the
I'm like
first
point-
guy in line. The first guy in line, like he just like pulled his mask down because he's trying to get maximum amount of oxygen. Like he's like, you know what? Like I can't breathe right now. Like he was running too. Like everybody was running, and it was just like, oh my gosh, this is insane.
And when he put hands on dude, that's when I'm like, okay, big dude's gonna go first, but I want some too after then. You got to try and get through me.
Yeah, it was crazy. And so everybody's hollering, hooting, and the manager's like, hey, you know, what's going on here? Blah, blah, blah. And everybody's like, Baroness, Baroness, Baroness. Like, dude, I'm telling you, it was wild, man. And this is all at like 7:01. This is 7:00 in the morning on Saturday that this is happening. There's like nobody else in the store yet.
At all.
Yeah. And so all this insanity is ensuing at this moment. And so they look on the U-boat, and it's not on the U-boat, right? And they're like, oh, it's not here. And then the guys start getting upset. Like, what do you mean you can't find it? Nobody's leaving until you guys get it. Like, you know, people are getting, you know, visibly upset. Like, yo, man, you better find those toys. Like, you saw what happened. And it's like, okay, we're going to go back and look for them. Meanwhile, everybody's pacing around and waiting and waiting and waiting.
And we ain't dumb either. While this is going on, I'm trying to keep it under control. I'm seeing what big dude's going to do. And then that little piece of trash turns it into, oh, I was looking for a Cobra Trooper. Man, no, you weren't. You lying. You realized you couldn't move, dude. And your story changed right away. And so while this is going on, Cheney's in the back of the aisle while we're out at the front by the end caps. And I can see Cheney scanning the whole U-boat. And I'm like, yeah, you find that. You find it. Because we ain't dumb. Like, just because you said no.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, another manager shows up, and they're going in the back saying, are you guys going to keep it under control? We're like, yeah. So then all of a sudden, she comes out with 2 in hand. I'm like, yes. And then she said, no, this is it, just 2. Now me and Cheney realize that, you know, of course, Pot Finder is completely correct.
Yes.
And that there was only 2, not 2 cases, 2 period.
Yes.
So we make sure dude gets 1 and the dude from down the hill, and that was it. Everybody's now
the first
mad.
2 guys in line. Yeah.
Yes.
Because we're like, those 2 guys were here first. They get them. Like, plain and simple. No one else should get them except those 2 guys.
And
they were
I even
here
gave the
before
dad
everybody.
look too when I said that. So then they get it first, right? And then, you know, I made eyes with everybody. Like, go ahead, say something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead. Say it right now. I'll take off this Toy Migo pin and use the back of it. That's what's going down.
Oh.
So we have another alternative. And I look, and I'm already at the door, and he's like, where are you going? And I said, the other one, let's go.
Oh, no. I was like, are we going there? He's like, yes. I already knew where you were going. I knew what was up.
And so we go, well, I already had the wife there in case this was all ready to happen.
Right.
And so now she sends me a picture. There's nobody there. Nobody. I'm like, are you serious? She's laughing, almost peeing her pants because she can't believe what happened. She's like, you're lying. And I'm like, no, we're on the way. And then she's trying to tell me, you need to calm down. I'm like, I can't get calm.
Yeah, we're like flying down the freeway to get to this other location, right?
It was Toretto and Brian. I swear, I had it on and everything too. Daryl, you know what song I was playing. We were flying. Dude, it was, we show up halfway there though. Oh, did I care in it for reals? I'm like, yo, my wife is there. There was almost an altercation. We were being sent here. I was already on the phone with the manager. I'm like, she is there waiting. I said, if anybody shows up, especially a short dude, he does not get one. And then we show up, man, and nothing. I swear to God, I talked to like 12 employees, and I told them the same story all at once. Yeah, just waiting for Baroness. Hey, how you doing? I'm Ernie. This is Josh right here. Waiting for Baroness. If you see it, let us know. All right, cool. Thanks. Because that manager had said, yes, okay, we have 2. They're on the truck, but they're just unloading the truck. So do you want to come? Nope.
We'll be right here. We'll stand right here and wait very patiently.
You need me to separate some pallets? What you need me to do? Just let me know.
Yeah.
Corinne had breakfast.
Yeah. So we were hanging out there for, what was it, an hour and a half almost?
Yeah, very close to 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours, yeah. But during that time, you know, we met up with this this dude named Anthony.
Andrew.
Was it Andrew or Anthony?
Yes, it was Andrew.
Okay.
So cool.
and he was looking for the new Lego stuff. He's like, oh, they don't have it there. And so like when because the workers had come out and asked us what was up, and we're like, well, this dude over here is looking for the Legos. So they look it up and they're like, oh yeah, no, yeah, we do have those. They're on the truck, so you're gonna have to wait. He's like, okay, cool. Real cool guy, man. Real cool guy. And they end up finding his stuff first, so they brought out his Legos for him. And so he was like, oh man. And we're like, yeah, that's cool, dude. Like, awesome, And, I want to give a huge thanks to, all those workers over there, especially the lady that was working in toys that walked up and had no idea what was going on at first. She's like, okay. But eventually they walked out and they had, they handed us the Baroness. And so we, took a nice little picture together, and it was like, all right, cool. Today was a success,
Yeah, that was awesome.
Until later in the day when I opened mine and the glasses broke and the hair was glued on incorrectly. But that's a story for another time.
That's a story that may be on the Toy Migos YouTube page soon, right?
Yes. As soon as I can upload the video, as soon as I get it finished editing it. So I have a review filmed. I just I'm learning a new program for editing and whatnot. I've started some new things. So as soon as I get that all locked and loaded, that video will be up for you guys to watch.
So the cool thing about Andrew was 17-year-old kid, senior, was acting pretty shy, and then sees a fat 43-year-old man all happy over his G.I. Joe and was like, yo, there's other people out there like me? And I'm like, yes, there is. Like, I swear, because he was like trying to keep quiet about it, nonchalant. And this kid was so stoked. Yep, he reminded me of Adam the Urban Spidey for getting those 501st Legos and everything. And then he just kind of like let it fly from there. Like, man, this is awesome. I didn't know this was a thing. We're like, yeah, like, be proud of it. Don't hide that.
Yeah.
You want your Legos? Get your Legos. Well, I've been thinking of starting this and that. Then start it.
Yeah,
do it, man.
Do it.
I'm like, don't ever shy away from how you feel about stuff, man, because nobody else matters. If it makes you happy, then it makes you happy.
Yep.
I said, yeah, you heard all our drama we went through, but look at, we're here and we're waiting now. And this is what we do.
Yep.
Like, it was an awesome, cool thing. And then even to make it even sweeter, he's like, well, I really love Disney.
Yeah. He wants to be, what is it? He wants to be he wants to work on the Disney cruise.
Character, to be a character. And I was like, oh, that's cool, man. I'm like,
my son.
Yeah.
I'm
like, follow your dreams. Do it.
Yeah,
so,
was a star.
Andrew, if you're listening, much love to you, man. And you keep it up. Don't you ever be ashamed for what you do or what you feel, ever.
Mm-hmm.
We're all the same. And you saw that too.
Yep. All right. Well, the next day, I saw that there was some out there, and so I went out, and I ran into our buddy Gordon, and I guess when I got there, they had chased off all the people, so all these guys had left because it said, we don't know where they're at, we don't even know if we have them, so they left, right? And I told Gordon, I was like, yeah, no, they're here, I know they're here. And so I'm trying to, like, I'm walking around toys, and Gordon's like, well, I got to go do some shopping, and I'll be back. I'm like, I'm going to be right here, So I'm looking around trying to find someone to talk to, and this dude rolls up to me, and he's like, hey, man, Cheney? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. He's like, Victor. I'm like, dude, what's going on, man? So that's VLR Sierra, right?
Yes.
Here? Yes. Yeah. And so he's like, oh, man, like I came from another one, and they're all gone. I'm like, yeah, it's I think we might luck out here. So we go, we're waiting and we're talking, and as we're talking, they come rolling the U-boat out. And he's like, hey, and he talks to them and says, this is what we're looking for, et cetera, et cetera. And they're like, okay, cool. And like, as he's talking, I look, it's right there on the U-boat. It's right there. There's a case of 3 of them right there. So if you guys didn't know, now you know they come in a case of 3. The Baroness come in a case, and there's 3 inside.
And so, for ours, they came in a repack box.
Yeah, they didn't even
just so
come
that
in
helps
a case.
You guys.
Yeah,
right.
So if you see 3, that's a whole case. If you see 2, it's in a repack box. But so we're walking over and the lady's like, well, I've got to put this stuff away. Okay, no problem. She's like, you got to stand back. Okay, cool. We'll stand back. We'll wait. No problem. I'm not, I don't want to get in the way of anything. And so she like puts one box away and she comes back and she's like, this one? I'm like, yeah. And so she opens it up and she's like, I can't hand them to you, so I got to put them on the shelf. I'm like, okay, no problem. You do your thing and, whatever you got to do,
Is that like a Target rule or like a pandemic rule kind of thing?
I don't know. Like,
no, that's Target because you can't grab from the U-boat either. You're gonna
Right.
get kicked out.
yeah, you're not supposed to. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't go through that stuff at all. So we
I'm gonna place this on the floor and gently kick it towards you.
well, no, she put it up. She like walked down the aisle and she didn't even know where they like. She wasn't sure where they went, and she's like, and I'm like, yeah, they kind of go by the Marvel stuff over there. So she like set them down. I grabbed one for Gordon. I grabbed one for Adam, and then Victor got his. So we were good to go.
Yeah, and that's awesome. And man, I got to let you know, to continue on the love of, it may seem crazy to try and get this Baroness, but I mean, we've all been there. It's all hunting and everything. Everybody's had their crazy stories or their crazy run-ins. It's just all part of the game. I am happy that we got it and everything, but the most out of that, Cheney, and you may not know this, dude, is you really brought up Gordon's spirits. He's been down a little bit. He's a friend of the show. He's a friend of the Sarlacc show as well, too. He's a big-time Star Wars collector, and among other things, like bringing back the 80s Joe. And finding that and giving it to him and being there with him and talking to him, man, I need to let you know, dude, that you did a good thing and you brought his spirits up, man, when he's been a little bit out of it.
Well,
and I think that's awesome.
He's good people in the first place. Every time I see
Yes.
him, we'll stop and talk. He's good people. And so, I held his until he came walking back around and he was just so surprised, like, oh, what? You're kidding me. And I'm like, here you go, man.
Yeah.
You're
I
good.
loved it. I got a text right away.
It's such a good story of Toy Fam. you
Yeah.
know?
No,
It's
it
really,
is.
Yeah, it's really what it is.
So it's great. The
It was
first two
almost
who
a
showed up. Yeah. The first two who showed up got theirs. Awesome. The way it should be. We waited around. You got to play the waiting game sometimes, and you really got to hunt it out. And we got ours. And then still everybody else was able to get theirs. Victor and Gordon and everything. And man, just to get a text like that of, man, I just needed to let you guys know how much I appreciate you guys, the love for you guys, and what you don't even know that you do and everything. And I'm like, nah, Gordon, like, man, you're a part of this too. Like, that's awesome, man. Like, I'm glad it brought something out again. And so it really turned him around from where he was. And I think that's amazing.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Definitely glad to hear that. All right. So we haven't heard from Adam or Dario in a while. So I wanted.
We're enthralled by your story. Like this was an awesome Monday Quickie Mini that ended with happiness and
Yes.
Toy Fam. Like, it's like, I love this. This is the greatest.
Oh, and I'll have you know, I was getting DM'd all weekend too on how did you get yours, still introducing people to Pop Finder, letting them know the case count and everything. So that's awesome. Like I got so many of thank you, found my Baroness, and that's awesome too. Because it seemed like a good win this weekend for everybody.
It did. You really gotta. We had to work hard at it. We had to earn it. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I was laid out for the rest of the day. That was way too much for me. I was pilled up, feet up. I had her rolling around on her bike on my stomach, just all. It was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dario, anything you want to touch on?
I can't follow that.
Right? we can spin it into the fact that, like, listen, you guys hunted and that was all like really well deserved. Speaking of well deserved, NECA put up the pre-orders.
There we go.
Raft 2-pack and Super Shredder. That is like, and like, listen, I know that most of us here have already gotten them. Like, we've gone through our stuff and gotten them. I think that this probably pays off for Dario and our good friend Sergeant Bananas as well, who got stuff canceled. But it's like, this is cool. This is a really good show by NECA of getting some harder to find stuff out there to the fans. So I have my issues with NECA. Everyone does, where it's like, hey, stuff is really hard to get, but it's like, hey, look, they're trying to improve and they're doing stuff in a way that's like making it easy for you to get the toys, making it not a struggle where you have to, wait online when a store opens and run in there and potentially get in a fight with other man children.
Well,
So,
see, I wanted to point that out too. Like, this wouldn't have been such a big issue if it wasn't for the bots sucking up all of the online orders.
Right. And
Look
15
at that.
people
We
showing
spun the story around perfectly, guys. We did it.
Yep.
15 people trying to show up to get Joe's that Target doesn't care about. It took almost an incident to happen for them to get involved and be like, okay, what do you need?
Right.
Even at that. And then here, out of nowhere, in the morning, this pops up and hey, pre-orders are up. And I was so excited. I didn't know that it was open for a week. I didn't know nothing. I just was texting everybody. I try to put it up as quick as I can. I know Mervine and Dario are all over it and everything. So much love to you guys. I wasn't stepping on any toes or anything, but I was just trying to get it out there. And I thought it was just for a little bit. I mean, because this came out of nowhere and there's still no explanation, right? Like, how did they get Casey and Raph up?
Well, it's their own product.
Okay, so they can. So what NECA's doing is they're trying to fix all the errors that we were getting from their products, right? They're the only ones they can fix for now is Walmart. They can't do nothing about the Target stuff. They tweeted about it when they did the first week order, which I don't even remember what it was for now. But they said that they're going to try and continue this, especially because that first one was a success. They just can't do nothing about the Target stuff. And obviously, the specialty store ones like the comic shops, that's there's no problem getting those at all.
Right.
But the movie ones, because it's Walmart, they're trying their best to bring these things out. So we had the I really don't remember what was before this. What was that?
Oka and Razor?
Yes, it was them. And then they put what was it? What was the next one after that?
Super Shredder. It was like
Super
the Super
Shredder.
Shredder went up. I managed to get one with that cart trick.
Right.
And-
And then everybody tried the pop culture thing.
Yeah.
There wasn't nothing in between this? Another one?
No, those were Target.
Ended right before. Anyway, whatever. So they put up these two, and when they were tweeting out more stuff, I think they hinted that the next set they're gonna put up are the turtle sets, the turtle movie set, the 2-packs that they were selling. I
I kind of took it that way too.
Yeah, I think they might be putting those up for next. And they also said that the next set that's supposed to drop in stores is the Foot Soldiers. So hopefully they continue this, because this is a great way for everybody to get their thing, and it cancels out those people that are buying it and holding it for themselves. Holding it for themselves to just to flip it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great way to cancel that out in a way,
Yeah. Because you know what too now is. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's in NECA's best interest. If they want to keep making Ninja Turtles toys, people are gonna want these popular characters. So they getting them into people's hands and having people pay them money directly, especially directly to NECA instead of through like Walmart or Target or whatever. It's like it's in NECA's best interest, and I'm glad that they're realizing it, and I'm glad they're doing something about it.
And the thing about the flippers and the scalpers and everything else too, why this is so awesome in this time that we're at too, it is exceptionally hard right now to try and return something to the store.
That is true. That is also true.
So they're really just taking it, which is awesome, because that's what you get for trying to turn it around in this way. And they did a good thing. I can't believe it. It's pretty awesome.
Metalhead. Yeah, Sean Reed. Yeah, that's right. Metalhead was right before this.
Oh, that was a Target.
That's a Target one, yeah.
Yeah. Says we lost audio. Yeah, that's what they're saying in the chat. That's funny. That's hilarious. Okay, they can hear us again. Okay, I think it might have been the Sentinel page was cutting us out, huh? Yeah, yeah. Let me go ahead and come off of that screen. Maybe that's what's doing it. Um, yeah. All right. So they can only hear me. Let me check one more thing real quick and see. Can they hear you guys yet? Oh shit! It shows everything. Yeah. So Chad said he could hear you. Okay. Awesome. Sorry about that, everyone. I bet you it was that page. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, they're at they're at 20K. Okay, so they're still saying they can only hear me. You guys still only hear me? Yeah. Oh yeah. That's funny. Okay, so yep, he's on it. He said he said to refresh your screen, guys. Maybe that'll work. Refresh your stream or whatnot. Um, yeah, since you can only hear me, I'm all yeah. That's a good idea. Do that. Do that. Um, you know what? You guys too. You might want to like hop out of the call and then come back in, and that might help as well. And we'll see if that works. Okay. I mean, we've only got a few minutes left anyway, but yeah. All right. So, oh yeah, one man show. That's me. All right. So if you guys hear Adam or Dario or Ernie, just let me know in the chat. Yeah, let's see. Ronald says no change. Yeah. Closed and went back. Still only Cheney. I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna have to end this all by myself. Everyone says nothing changed, so the only way to fix it would be to close out the stream and start a new one. So yeah, we got all kinds of stuff to talk about tomorrow. So sorry about the technical issues, guys. I won't bring the Sentinel page up again. It seems like it was right when that happened that everything got messed up. So yep, they shut us down. So if you guys want to order that, then you got like 3 hours. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close it out. Thank you so much for hopping on, everyone. Thank you very much for the super generous super chat from Chicken Burger Disco, the most amazing name out there. I don't care. I'm here for the fun. Talk to you next time. Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for hopping on. Let's see. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, I'm Cheney. Yeah, with everyone. I'm Cheney 180. I'm the fallen fit. I'm the 80s baby. And I'm Prospect. And remember, guys, they're not dolls. Plus Ultra.